Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad RES614 by SANI, and for this part I will explain for the question 3, which is I will explain related to insurance cover for the client's money, which is rules under section 57 according to Valuer Appraiser, Estate Agents and Property Manager Act 1981. So, client money is money that firm holds or receive from a client, and can be any currency. This could be form of cash, draft, check, or electronic transfer, and includes money held by the firm as stakeholder and which is not immediately due or payable on demand to the firms for its account. For example, when rent is paid in the course of business and is held for the landlord benefits, it is considered client money. A holding deposit or other charge will thus be regarded as customer cash. All real estate professionals who handle client funds are required by the client's money protection regulations to enroll in one of recognized and improved client money protection schemes. This will ensure if any money is taken by the agency, it will return to the landlord or tenant. According to Section 57 of the Valuer, Appraiser, Estate Agents and Property Manager Act 1981 or Act 242 and the rules, client money insurance is requirements for any registered business that handles client account or collects client funds while performing its duty. This main purpose is to protect the client money. This includes the suitability of insurance, which must adequate to the pay the claim. Additionally, if the client decided to file a claim or written complaint regarding to the funds that has been entrusted and improperly used, the firm may able to provide any information they require, such as books of accounts or statement of accounts. Additionally, if the client, so next I will highlight some points related to insurance cover for the client's money. So for the first point is trust account. Professionals in the real estate industry are typically required to maintain a separate trust account, also known as a client account, to hold client funds. This account is separate from the operating account and is subject to specific regulation and monitoring. Next point is professional indemnity insurance. Professionals in the real estate industry may be required to have a professional indemnity insurance coverage. This insurance protects professionals against claims of negligence, error, or omissions that may result in financial loss to the clients. The third point is a fidelity guarantee insurance. Fidelity guarantee insurance provides coverage against losses resulting from the employee dishonesty, fraud, or theft. This insurance can protect client funds in case of misappropriation by employer or third party. The fourth and the last point is the coverage limits. Insurance policy may have a specific coverage limits that determine the maximum amount payable in case of claim. This limit can vary depending on policy terms and conditions.
So untuk question 4, I am going to present about difference between the following three elements. And the first one is about the registered appraiser and registered valuer. Secondly is professionally valuer and registered valuer. And then the lastly, broker, real estate negotiator and real registered estate agent. So for the firstly, I'm going to tell about registered appraiser and registered valuer. For definition, the profession under discussion can be found in the valuer, appraiser, estate agent, and property manager. Registered appraiser is registered valuer, professional valuer, real estate negotiator, and registered estate agent is required by law. So according to the section 16, so appraiser means any individual name that is appeared in part 2 of the register and who has been granted authorization to practice by the board. So in addition, registered valuer is defined as a person whose name has been registered under part 1 of the register and to whom the board has provided a permission to practice under section 16. So for example, the first element of registered appraiser and between registered valuer is professional assisting. So for example, for registered appraiser, they should be legally able to practice since before Act 242 went into effect, making them a viable option for client even as far back as the colonial era and before Tanah Melayu Declaration. So for the registered valuer, it is independent in the early years of Malaysia independence. The valuation profession was legislated into existence. Okay, secondly, we go to the difference between probationary valuer and registered valuer. So for the registered valuer is a person has been entered under part 1 of the register and granted a permission to practice by the board under section 16. Meanwhile, the registered probationary is list probationary valuer enrolled under this act. All valuer, whether probationary or registered, must be registered with the Finance Ministry supervised of the board of valuer, appraiser, estate agent, and property manager, or we can call both there. So the chart below can be show the example of the difference between registered valuer and probationary valuer. For example, the first element is about the TPC. So for registered valuer, the board TPC exam has been taken by the registered valuer and he or she has successfully passed the exam. And then for the probationary valuer, it is the practicing of the probationary valuer profession is now being overseen by the board, but the probationary valuer has not finished nor passed the TPC exam. For the third and the lastly is we look for the difference between real estate negotiator and registered estate agent. So for the real estate negotiator, real estate agent, they must be applied to the board and be listed under section 3 of the register for 2019. And real estate broker must be registered under part 3 unless they are probationary estate agent with a diploma or degree from a board approved university. However, a real estate negotiator must operate under a registered estate agent and cannot do any estate agency duties. So, for example, the difference between real estate negotiator and registered estate agent. For the first element is about registration. So for real estate negotiator or REN, we will work for the estate agent REA because rent are not required to run their own business and will always be associated with REA. And then for registered estate agent REA, it is someone who is licensed to work independently in the real estate industry and they could submit an application for a license to operate the real estate agent business. Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is MOHAMMAD from class ABDUL 2558. Today I would like to present my part for question 5. Professional indemnity insurance protect the professional and organization against losses or damage resulting from negligence or inadequate practice. It is available to professional serving customers. Each professional such as accountant, solicitor, engineer, medic, and quantity surveyor from customer claim or carelessness or inadequate standard. The insurance company cover damage and defense expenses if customer suffer financial losses due to the staff member advice.
The requirements for professional indemnity insurance are influenced by membership status or criteria set by the Malaysian Inland Revenue Board. This insurance indirectly safeguard professional service business and enhance their economic remuneration. Coverage provided for valuation firm include coverage fees, legal service, client compensation, and the other costs related to negligence claim are covered. This allows valuation firm to provide service without worrying about additional expenses. Second, reducing final risk. The insurance help valuation firm limit financial risk by covering costs associated with negligent claim, breach of contract, and other expenses. And third, shielding policy holder. Legal fees, settlement, and court expenses are covered, protecting valuation firm from claims for professional negligence or breach of duty damage. The essay provided two case examples. First, Fremont Delbin versus Knight Frank LLP 2004. The court found the defendant valuation was not negligent in claim related to property valuation. Second, Merritt versus Park 2001. Despite the firm bankrupt and the termination of professional indemnity insurance, the buyer was entitled to recover damage from the individual surveyor. An example scenario in mentioned where overvaluing property lead to a customer loan being declined. The customer sued the valuer for negligence, and professional indemnity insurance cover the valuer legal expenses and compensation if found negligent by the court.
Assalamualaikum, my name is MOHAMMAD NURHAKIM IZZAT bin ABDUL HISHAM from AP2255A, and today I'm going to present the question number 6 regarding 5 types of misconduct and ethic issue. So let's begin our presentation. So in the introduction, we can look in Malaysia, there is organization that assigned with the responsibility of regulation to the valuer, appraiser, estate agent and property manager, which in the board or BOVIAP that is drafted in Malaysian Valuation Standard or MVS. So for point number 1, we have quoted the example of misconduct from Rule 63, which is valuer or appraiser to be strict with his legal obligation that require him to work in the interest of client and to keep the business information confidential once the transaction and procedure that prompted in valuation report was completed. This misconduct issue can be seen in case between HSBC Bank Malaysia Berhad versus Rain and Horn International, ZAKI and Partners, Sendia Berhad and Anor. So for point number 2, we take from the Rule 75 bracket number 1, which the valuer had done a misconduct by not giving the considered answer and proper value of property when preparing valuation report. This action can be an example from case that happened in Kuru Sabah, where the property valuer who appointed to justify the land with hill slope terrain, but he compared with the less suitable comparable property by using flat land located at Tuaran Sabah. So for point number 3, it come under the Rule 66 number Act 242 that stated RV or registered valuer are permitted and may collect any fee or more than the specified in the range of fee scale such in 7th schedule of Act 242. This issue has been taken from case of Custom Partner Sendia Berhad versus Director General of Inland Revenue. For point number 4 is related to the cause of Cik Somad versus Pentadbir Tanah Daerah Kerian in 2013. This case is about the owner of land did not satisfied with the value of compensation awarded. This is due to the misconduct of the valuer that did not apply the right practices as stated in Standard 7 of MVS or Malaysian Valuation Standard, where it clearly indicated the best approach to be used in valuation practice. The last but not least, for point number 5, it is according to the rule 63, conduct of the registered valuer or appraisers. Registered valuer are required to operate in a fiduciary capacity for their customers. This required them to keep the result and other findings in their work and any report secret until they are released of their responsibility by the client. So for the conclusion of this presentation, all the examples that have been shown that is important for the valuer and appraiser to comply and follow every rules and regulation that have been stated by the Malaysian government and board in order to gain the best practices and high quality of professional in real estate industry.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad FAIZ bin Muhammad ROZI. So now I would like to present the last question, which is the matter forbidden for advertisement for any registered valuer or registered valuation firm practice. So for the first matter is Rule 111 1A state that advertising should not contain false statement of fact or create false belief. If a real estate agent misrepresented a property's worth, it would violate this guideline. This regulation also applies to hiding property fees and costs in the Act. By following this regulation, registered valuer and valuation business ensure that a consumer obtain accurate information and make educated judgment. So for the next matter, which is Rule 111 1B, require explicit solicitation of instruction in advertisement. For example, real estate agent can include phrase like "Let me help you find a home" or "Close that sale for your property" to explicitly invite potential clients to seek their services. This provision ensures that advertisement actively engage consumer and encourage them to take action. By using such language, a real estate agent create a direct and compelling call to action, demonstrating their willingness to assist clients in their property needs. This rule promotes effective communication between real estate professional and client, enabling a smoother and more proactive engagement process. So for the third matter, Rule 111 1D prohibit registered valuer, appraiser or estate agent from claiming specialization or expertise in any specific aspect of their profession. For example, a valuer cannot promote themselves as having exceptional expertise in valuation. This rule aims to ensure that advertising remain fair and transparent, preventing misleading or exaggerated claims that may misguide clients. It promotes a level playing field among registered professionals and foster trust in the industry by encouraging valuers to provide accurate information about their skills and qualification without making unsupported or exaggerated claims of expertise. By adhering to this rule, registered valuer maintain the integrity of their profession and uphold ethical standards in their advertising practices. So for the last matter, which is Rule 111 1E state that advertising should not contain self-laudatory claims. Statements like "We may be able to save you from future worries and needless expense through our services" are considered pompous and undermine the credibility of other professionals. For example, using statements like "We may be able to save you from future worries and needless expense through our services" can be perceived as pompous and self-aggrandizing. Such language creates an impression that the advertiser possesses superior capability compared to other professionals in the industry. By using the terms "we" in this sentence, it implies a superiority that undermines the credibility of other registered valuer, estate agent, and property manager. This rule promotes a more modest and truthful approach in advertising, ensuring that claims are based on fact rather than exaggerated assertion. It encourages professionals to focus on the genuine value they provide rather than making grandiose statements that may mislead or deceive consumers. So that's all from us. Thank you.